in Pittsburgh for Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. This is an historic event in World Series history. This is the first World Series game that will be played at night. Way back about uh, 12 or 13 years ago, when I was running the World War II seasons, I discovered that there had been some talk about playing some World Series games at night during the war, but that never actually happened. Although they did make they did make a move to play the All Star game at night, at least in 1942 at the Polo Grounds, and I believe the 1943 All Star game was also played at night. Pittsburgh leads the series right now, 2 games to 1. Yesterday, the series moved to Three River Stadium. It was the first ever World Series game played there. And the series was tied at 1 game each. And in the bottom of the first, the Pirates started hitting like they did in the league championship series. Dave Cash led off the inning with a single. That was followed by an error by Dave Johnson and then an error by Boog Powell, which loaded the bases with nobody out. In a situation when, under normal circumstances, Baltimore probably would have been out of the inning. Pittsburgh ended up sending 12 men to the plate and scoring 8 runs in the first inning yesterday. 7 of those runs were unearned. And that was basically the story. Pittsburgh ended up winning the game 12-3. So they're looking today to possibly take a commanding 3 games to 1 lead, while Baltimore knows they need to win this game to tie the series at 2 apiece. If Baltimore wins today or tomorrow, that'll send the series back to Baltimore for at least 1 game. And let's see. This week in Pittsburgh, Forbes Field is scheduled to the demolition of Forbes Field is scheduled to begin. So that's a little bit of a sad note for Pirates fans. Here in the first night game of the World Series, it's 62 degrees. Wind speed is 6 miles per hour from left to right, so it's a little chilly, but not bad. It could have been a lot worse. Bob Johnson takes the mound for Pittsburgh, while Dave McNally starts for Baltimore. Baltimore's starting lineup in today's game. Don Buford leads off. He's the left fielder. Frank Robinson bats second. He's in right field. Dave Johnson bats third. He's at second base. Boog Powell batting cleanup. He's at first base. Paul Blair batting fifth. He's in center field. Elrod Hendricks batting sixth. He's the catcher. Brooks Robinson batting seventh. He's the third baseman. Mark Belanger batting eighth. He's the shortstop. And Dave McNally hitting ninth. He's the pitcher. On defense, Pittsburgh will have Bob Robertson at first base, Dave Cash at second, Gene Alley at shortstop, Rich Hebner at third, Willie Stargell in left, Al Oliver in center, Roberto Clemente in right, Manny Sanguillen catching, and on the mound, Bob Johnson. Let me take a look and see what Bob Johnson did. In the regular season, Bob Johnson was I'm looking at the wrong thing here. All right, I'm going to pause for a minute while I thought I had this set up, but I don't. All right, and we're back. Bob Johnson in the League Championship Series started one game. He was 0-1. He pitched 7 innings. He gave up 10 hits. So, let me see. It looks like I believe he pitched game 4 of the League Championship Series. And during the regular season, he was 12-12 with a 3.66 ERA. He made 30 starts. He's a fastball pitcher. He keeps the ball up a little bit, so he may be prone to giving up the home run ball. Leading off for Baltimore in the first is Don Buford. He's hitting .286. 1 home run, 1 run batted in. He's 4 for 14 in the series. That first pitch was a curveball that was low and inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Buford hits a fly ball in a right field. Clemente hasn't played perfectly. 1 out. Here's Frank Robinson. He's hitting .333 with 2 home runs, 2 runs batted in. He's 4 for 12 in the World Series. He has 3 runs scored. He has a stolen base. That's in there at the knee. Strike 1, another changeup. Curveball, low and inside, ball 1. Robinson hits fly ball into left field. Stargell drifting over. He has it. It's 2 outs. Here is Davey Johnson. He's hitting .154 with no home runs, no runs batted in the series. He's 2 for 13. He has 1 run scored. Breaking ball. That was just off the ground. Ball 1. Fastball high. Ball 2. Outside on the black. Strike 1 on another fastball. Johnson hits a base hit into left field. He's on first with the first hit of the game. Here's Boog Powell. He's hitting .333. No home runs. 2 runs batted in. He is 4 for 12. He has a double, and he scored 3 runs. He has a bad wrist right now that's been hampering him for most of the season. Powell, he was the MVP back in 1969, and he was the MVP of the American League Championship Series that year as well. Johnson gets the signal. Here's the pitch. Dave Johnson takes off for second. He slides. He's safe. That's his first stolen base of the series. So we have Bob Johnson on the mound, Dave Johnson on second. 2 outs. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Boog Powell. Powell fouls it back. Strike 2. In there at the knee. Strike 3 called. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 1/2 inning here in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Baltimore, nothing. Pittsburgh coming to bat. Pittsburgh will have Dave Cash leading off. He's the second baseman. Al Oliver batting second. He's in center field. Willie Stargell batting third. He's in left field. Bob Robertson batting fourth. He's the first baseman. Roberto Clemente batting fifth. He's the right fielder. Richie Hebner batting sixth. He's the third baseman. Manny Sanguillen batting seventh. He's the catcher. Gene Alley batting eighth. He's the shortstop. And Bob Johnson batting ninth. He's the pitcher. On defense, Baltimore has Boog Powell at first, Dave Johnson at second, Mark Belanger at short, Brooks Robinson at third, Don Buford in left, Paul Blair in center, Frank Robinson in right, Elrod Hendricks catching, and on the mound is Dave McNally. Dave McNally throws a lot of off-speed stuff. He was on the disabled list for about 5 weeks this season. In the regular season, he made 29 starts. He was 13-8 with a 3.06 ERA. He pitched 12 complete games. He's likely to give up less walks than most of the Orioles pitchers and have less strikeouts as well. In the League Championship Series, he got 1 start. He was 1-0. I believe he pitched Game 4. When Baltimore beat the White Sox. He pitched 8 in the 3rd innings. He gave up 7 hits, 2 runs. 1 of those was earned. He gave up 1 home run. He walked 1. He struck out 7 against the White Sox. Leading off for Pittsburgh is Dave Cash, the second baseman. He's hitting .313 with no home runs, 3 runs batted in. He's 5 for 16. He also has 4 runs scored and a stolen base. He led off yesterday's game with a single, and then the floodgates opened after that. McNally's first pitch, and Cash hits that into left field for a base hit. Here's Al Oliver. He's hitting .267, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. He's 4 for 15 in the World Series. He has 2 doubles and a home run. He has 3 runs scored. Strike 1 called. A little inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That was in the dirt, ball 2. Pops it up, third base side in foul ground. Brooks Robinson's after it, but that will make the seats. Ball 3. Al Oliver works it full. Base hit into left center. That's in the gap, all the way to the wall. Cash round second. Cash round's third. He'll score. Oliver is at second with a stand-up double. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Here's Willie Stargell, sitting 250 with 1 home run and 1 run batted in. He's 3 for 12. He has 3 runs scored. Hits a liner down the right field line. That's foul. That's around the letters. Ball 1. Inside on the black. Strike 2. Fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. A little bit of chin music. Ball 2. Too high. Ball 3. Full count. Too low. Ball 4. Stargell takes first. First and second. Nobody out. Pittsburgh leads 1-0. Let's take a look at Dave McNally's World Series. Dave McNally has started in 4 previous World Series games, 2 in 1966 and 2 in 1969. He has a lifetime record of 1-2 in the World Series and a lifetime ERA of 2.89. Here's Bob Robertson. He's hitting .273 with 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. He's 3 for 11. He has 3 runs scored. It's fly ball down the left field line. Buford is after it, but that'll make the seats. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fouls it back, strike 2. He hits a shallow fly ball in the left field. Buford running in, Belanger going back. Buford makes a running catch. 1 out. The runners retreat back to their bases. Here is Roberto Clemente. He's hitting .615, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. He is 8 for 13. He has a double, a triple, a home run. He has scored 2 runs in the series. He is having a fantastic series. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on the fastball. That caught the inside corner, strike 2. Clemente hits a fly ball in the left field. Buford drifting back. He has it. 2 outs. And the runners continue to hold. So we have runners on first and second, 2 outs. Here's Rich Hebner. He's hitting .083. No home runs, no runs batted in. He's 1 for 12 in the series. He has a run scored, though. He swung at a bad pitch on that fastball. Strike 1. That caught the outside corner. Strike 2. Just inside. Ball 1. Pops it up. Hendricks throws away his mask. He reaches into the crowd. He's got it. 3 outs. The Pirates get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. We played 1 in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Pittsburgh leads 1-0. In the second for Baltimore, it will be Paul Blair, Elrod Hendricks, and Brooks Robinson. Paul Blair is hitting .308 with no home runs, 2 runs batted in. He's 4 for 13. He has a double. He has no runs scored. Here's a changeup. Foul down the left field line. All right, I'm going to take a quick timeout. I want to look something up here. All right, and we're back. This is something I wanted to do during the pregame and I forgot. Right now, well, going into today's game, Pittsburgh leads in runs 22 to 15. Now it's 23 to 15. But as far as hits, going into today's game, Pittsburgh has 35 hits while Baltimore has 34. Baltimore has seven extra base hits, 2 doubles and 5 home runs, while the Pirates had 11 extra base hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 5 home runs. Pittsburgh also has 4 home runs compared to 1 for Baltimore. Baltimore has 2 now, and Baltimore's hit into 4 double plays, while Pittsburgh only hit into 1. And the pitching, it hasn't looked all that different, really. I mean, Baltimore's given up 22 runs compared to Pittsburgh's 15. But in earned runs, Pittsburgh's given up 14 earned runs. Baltimore's only given up 13 earned runs. So the defensive lapse really hurt Baltimore yesterday. And it looks like Pittsburgh's situational hitting has been better than Baltimore's. All right, we're back to Paul Blair. He's up. He has a count of no balls and 1 strike. That caught the outside corner. Strike 2. Inside, ball 1. Chin music. He's trying to back him off the plate, it looks like. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the dirt and inside, ball 3. Blair works it full after starting out 0-2. Paul Blair hits base hit in the left center. Oliver misjudged that a little bit. But he throws it back in. So Paul Blair is on first with a single. Here's Elrod Hendricks, the catcher. He's hitting 200. No home runs, no runs batted in. He is 1 for 5 in the World Series. Outside, ball 2. Caught the inside part of the plate, strike 1. High and outside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hits fly ball into right field. Clemente going back. He's on the track, and he's got it. 1 out. Blair holds at first. Here's Brooks Robinson. He is hitting 600. 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in. He's 6 for 10. With 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in, and 4 runs scored. Throw to first. Blair's back. Ball 1. Up and in, ball 2. There's a foul tip. 2 balls and 1 strike. Strike 2 called on the curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's high and a little tight. Ball 3, full count. It's a grounder to third. Hebner to second for 1, to first. Double play. 5-4-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the second here in Pittsburgh. Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Pittsburgh leads 1-0. In the second for Pittsburgh, it'll be the bottom of the order. Manny Sanguillen, Gene Alley, and Bob Johnson. Manny Sanguillen's hitting .286 with no home runs, 1 run batted in. He is is 4 for 14. He has a double, a run scored, and a stolen base. Sanguillen runs extremely well for a catcher. Over in the NBC booth, Joe Garagiola has no idea how a catcher could have be good on the base paths. Low and away, ball 2. Strike 1 called on a fastball. Another fastball, strike 2 called. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is McNally's first strikeout. Here's the shortstop, Gene Alley. Alley's hitting .308 in the World Series. 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. He's 4 for 13. He has a triple, and he has scored 4 runs and stolen a base. He has a reputation of being good field, no hit, but he's been hitting good in the World Series. In fact, lifetime in the World Series. He had .333 in 5 games in 1965, and he had 231 in 4 games in 1968, and he's hitting .308 right now. He has a lifetime .295 batting average in the World Series. In 65, the Pirates lost the World Series to the Twins, and in 1968, they beat the Yankees. First pitch, that's high, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It's fly ball down the left field line. Buford is after it near the bullpen, but that's out of play. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hits fly ball into center field. Paul Blair is there, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here's the pitcher, Bob Johnson, making his first plate appearance in the World Series. This is Bob Johnson's first World Series. And his first World Series game, obviously. High and outside, ball 1. Fastball, that's called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. McNally, he's been right around the plate in these first 2 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nothing across for Pittsburgh in the second. We played 2 here in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. It is Pittsburgh 1, Baltimore nothing. In the third for Baltimore, it will be Mark Belanger, Dave McNally, and Don Buford. Mark Belanger is batting .231 in the World Series. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. He is 3 for 13, and he has 1 run scored. Outside and low, ball 1. It's base hit up the middle. Belanger rounds first. He's going for second. He slides. He is safe. It's his first double of the World Series. On this AstroTurf, the ball got to Oliver quick, but Belanger was still able to leg it out for a double. Earlier today in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Steelers worked out at Three Rivers Stadium since the field wasn't being used during the day. And I guess with the AstroTurf, they were able to do that without doing any damage to the field, and instead of marking the field with chalk, they just marked the field with tape and pulled up the tape after the workout was over. Here's Dave McNally making his first appearance at the plate in the World Series. Lifetime in the World Series, he is 0 for 5 as a hitter. They're playing him the bunt. He's a good bunter. He scores the bunt. Sanguian jumps, but he gets past him. It's Belanger goes to third. They are calling that a pass ball. So the Orioles have the tying run on third. Nobody out. And they got an excellent bunter at the plate. Here's the pitch. McNally lays one down. Foul ball, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, he lays one down. That was foul. Oh, that was a suicide squeeze. Belanger was running with the pitch. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low and away, McNally checked his swing. They appeal and they say no swing, ball 2. In there at the knee, strike 3 called. That's strikeout number 2 for Johnson. Here's Don Buford. He's 0 for 1 today. He flied to Clemente in the first inning. Fastball low, ball 1. Hits fly ball into right field. Clemente taking a step back. He has it. Belanger tags. There'll be no throw from Clemente. The Orioles tie it up 1-1. Let's take a look. Right now, that's an earned run. Thought it might be, but I just wanted to double check. 2 outs. Here's Frank Robinson. He's 0 for 1. He flied to Al Oliver in the first. Fastball. That caught the outside corner. Strike 1. That was high and outside. Ball 1. Too high. Ball 2. Another one too high. Ball 3. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Full count. 2 outs. Ball 4. Just barely high and outside. That brings up Dave Johnson. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. It's a hard grounder to short. Alley tosses to second for the out, and that'll do it. But the Orioles get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They left 1 man on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. We are tied at 1 apiece. It'll be the top of the order for Pittsburgh in the third. Dave Cash leads off. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. He has 6 hits now in the World Series. Thought he might have a hit in every game, but he doesn't. He did not get a hit in game 2. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike 2. Liner down the first base line. That's foul. It's a deep fly ball into left field. Buford going back. He's on the track. He's got it. 1 out. Here's Al Oliver. He's 1 for 1. He doubled in the first. That scored Dave Cash with the first run of the game. Curveball, ball 1. That almost hit him. Strike 1 called. That was across the knee. Strike 2. It's a shallow fly ball in the center field. Blair running in. He's got it. He slid when he made that catch, but he held on to it. 2 outs. Here is Willie Stargell. He walked in the first inning. Bob Robertson's on deck. Low and inside. Ball 1. Strike 1 called on a curveball. Changeup. That was low and inside. Ball 2. Liner down the right field line. That's foul. Caught the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 3 for Dave McNally. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We've played 3. It's game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Baltimore 1, Pittsburgh 1. In the 4th inning for Baltimore, it will be the heart of the order. Boog Powell, Paul Blair, and Elrod Hendricks. Powell is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. It'll be the heart of the order coming up in the bottom of the 4th as well for Pittsburgh. That was a fastball in at the knees. Strike 1. Ball 1. Too low. Ball 2. It's a liner at first, right at Bob Robertson. 1 out. Here's Paul Blair. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the second. It's at the knee. Strike 1. Changeup too high. Ball 1. Fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was high and away. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. It's a long fly ball in left center. Stargell going back, looking up. It's gone. Home run for Paul Blair. That's his first home run of the World Series. Baltimore takes a 2-1 lead. Here's Elrod Hendricks. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Roberto Clemente in the second. Ball 1. Caught the inside corner. Strike 1. It's a liner in right field. That's right at Clemente. 2 outs. Here's Brooks Robinson. He's 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play in the second inning. That was outside on the black. Strike 1. Got a piece of that one. Strike 2. Ball 1. It's a bouncer to first. Robertson has it, and he'll take it himself. 3 outs. Baltimore gets 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 1. This is WJST in Parma, Norwich, Tuscaloosa, and Utah. I will be back in 1 minute. I need to get a quick drink of some Rocket Fuel malt liquor. And we're back. Should have paused it, but I forgot to. The heart of the order for Pittsburgh in the fourth: Bob Robertson, Roberto Clemente, and Rich Hebner. Bob Robertson is 0 for 1. He flied out to Don Buford in the first inning. High, ball one. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike one. Ball two. Ball three, 3 balls, 1 strike. That caught the outside corner, strike two, full count. Too high, ball four. And Pittsburgh gets the leadoff runner on. That brings up Roberto Clemente. He's 0 for 1 today. He flied out to Don Buford in the first inning. Ball one. Hits it right back to the mound. McNally throws to second for 1. There'll be no throw to first. Just have to look up to see. All right, McNally threw that to Dave Johnson. So 1 out, runner on second. Here is Rich Hebner, who's 0 for 1. He popped to Elrod Hendricks in the first. He is 1 for 13 in the series. Down and inside, ball one. Low, ball two. Caught the inside corner, strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Ball three, Hebner works it full. Change up, ball four. Second walk of the inning given up by McNally. That's his third of the game. Here's Manny Sanguillen. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. We have 1 out. Runners on first and second. Pirates are down by 1 in the bottom of the fourth. It's a sharp line drive into center field, but it's right at Paul Blair. Blair has it. 2 outs. And the runners hold. That brings up Gene Alley, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1. He flied to Paul Blair in center in the second inning. Curveball, strike one called. It's a grounder to third. Brooks Robinson's up with it. Throws to Johnson at second, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 men left. We played 4 here in Pittsburgh. Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Baltimore leads 2-1. For the Orioles in the 5th, it will be Mark Belanger, Dave McNally, and Don Buford. Belanger is 1 for 1. He doubled in the third. And then he eventually came around to score. Fastball below the belt, strike one. Swing and a miss on another fastball, strike two. It's a grounder right back to the mound. Bob Johnson has it, throws him out. That's 1 out. Here's Dave McNally. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. That's a foul tip. I believe in real life, Dave McNally hit a grand slam in the, I'm not sure if it was 1969 or 1970 World Series. I think he hit a grand slam in 1970. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 outs. Here's Don Buford. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Clemente in right field in the first, and he had another fly out to Clemente in the third, put Roberto Clemente right up against the wall, and Belanger scored on the sacrifice fly. And that had tied the game 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. That's up and away, ball one. Strike two called on another fastball. Take a look here. Johnson, 72 pitches. He has thrown 43 strikes, 29 balls. McNally's thrown 69 pitches. He's 45 strikes, 24 balls. Yeah, it looks like McNally's control is just a tiny bit better than Johnson's has been, but they've been getting the pitches when they need them. And it is saying that Johnson had given up an unearned run. I'm sure that would be the first run he gave up after Belanger took third on a pass ball. Because looking at the score sheet, it doesn't look like he would have scored if he hadn't moved to third on the pass ball. Missed that one away. Ball two. It's fly ball down the right field line. Clemente is after it, but it makes the seats. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. High and inside, ball 3, full count. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Johnson. He swung at a bad pitch there. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Here in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 1. In the 5th for Pittsburgh, it will be Bob Johnson, Dave Cash, and Al Oliver. Johnson is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 2nd. Dave Cash is on deck. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss on a changeup, strike 2. Breaking ball just a little bit high, ball 1. Hits a grounder to second. Dave Johnson has it, throw to first, but it's too low. It pulls Powell off the base. Got past Powell, and Johnson made it all the way to second base. That's Johnson's 2nd error of the series, and his first one was pretty costly yesterday. Here's Dave Cash. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the 1st, and he flied out to Buford in left in the 3rd. Up and in, ball 1. Cash hits base hit in the left field. Johnson rounds 3rd, but he will hold. So we have nobody out. Runners at the corners. Here is Al Oliver, who's 1 for 2. He doubled in the 1st. That scored Dave Cash. And he flied out to Paul Blair in center in the 3rd. Pirates have Bob Johnson on 3rd, representing the tying run. Dave Cash on 1st, representing the go-ahead run. There's nobody out. Hendricks goes to talk to McNally. Fastball, that was right down the middle for strike 1. Too high, ball 1. Foul tip. Ooh, Oliver hit that one off his foot. He's hopping around down there a little bit. but he shakes it off. I mean, this is the World Series. The 1-2 pitch. High and inside, ball two. It's a grounder to second. To Belanger at second for one. The first double play. 4-6-3 double play. Robertson scores. Or Johnson scores, rather. Cash took out Belanger, but Belanger made the play anyway. So there's 2 outs. We're tied at 2. That was a textbook 4-6-3 double play. Here's Willie Stargell. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the first and he struck out in the third. Breaking ball down the middle for strike one. He hits a fly ball into right field. Robinson to his right, heading towards center. He's got it. 3 outs, but Pittsburgh gets 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. They left 1 man on base. Or no, I take that back. They left no one on base. We played 5 here in Pittsburgh. It's an official World Series game. Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 2. We head into the 6th inning. Frank Robinson leads off for Baltimore. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Al Oliver in center in the first, and he walked in the third. Fastballs inside, ball 1. Down and in, ball 2. Caught the inside corner, strike 1. Robinson hits a fly ball into left field. Willie Stargell drifts over to his left. He has it. 1 out. Here is Dave Johnson. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first, and he grounded it into a force play in the third. Oh, in the bottom of the 5th, had that ground ball. He had all day to make the throw, and he couldn't come up with it. And it led to a unearned run for the Pirates. Each team has 2 runs, and each team has 1 unearned run today. He's made 2 costly errors in the World Series so far, Dave Johnson has. Well, we'll see how costly today's is. Low, ball 1. Upstairs, ball 2. Baltimore usually they have probably the best infield defense in the game, but their infield defense has been a little shaky during the postseason. The 3-0 pitch, ball 4. It's a second walk given up by Johnson. Baltimore has a runner on first, 1 out. Here's Boog Powell, who's 0 for 2. He struck out in the first, and he lined out to Bob Robertson at first in the 4th. Swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 1. That was high. Ball 1. Sengue made a nice grab on that one. It's a hard grounder to third, to second. And Johnson took out Dave Cash. So there's no throw to first. 2 outs. Boog Powell's on first. Here's Paul Blair. He's 2 for 2. He singled in the second, and he hit a solo home run in the fourth. Johnson takes a sign. He looks in. Powell's going for second. Sanguine's throw. He's safe. Powell with his first stolen base of the World Series. He had one in the Championship Series. Let me see if that's his first ever World Series stolen base. This is Powell's fourth World Series. And it sure is. That's his first World Series stolen base. He's a lifetime .310 hitter in the World Series. He's 22 for 71. This is his 18th career World Series game. The 1-0 pitch, high and inside, ball two. Strike one called on a curveball. Fouls it back. Strike two. High and inside, ball three. Full count, 2 outs. Ball four. Walk number 3 given up by Johnson. Here is Elrod Hendricks, who's 0 for 2. He flied out to Clemente in right in the second, and then he lined out to Clemente in right in the fourth. Breaking ball, ball one. It's high and away, ball two. Almost in the dirt, ball three. 3 balls, no strikes. Caught the outside corner. Hendricks was taken all the way. Strike one. Outside, ball four. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Here is Brooks Robinson, who has been Baltimore's hottest hitter in this series. Robinson is 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play in the second, and he grounded to Robertson at first in the fourth. Sanguine's out talking to Bob Johnson. Robinson is hitting .455 against right-handers in this series. He tipped that one. Strike one. Low and in, ball one. Up and in, ball two. It's a grounder up the middle. Cash to his right, has it. Throws the first. 3 outs. Oh, Johnson worked out of a jam there. No runs, no hits, no errors. They left the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 2. Is this going to be an instant where Baltimore is going to regret not bringing somebody around to score? We shall see. In the bottom of the 6th for Pittsburgh, it is the heart of the order. Robertson, Clemente, and Hebner. Bob Robertson leads off. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Buford in left in the first. He walked in the fourth. Here's a changeup. That was low and inside. Ball one. Curveball. That's low and inside. Ball two. Ooh, too tight. He hits Robertson in the midsection. Robertson looks mad, but the umpires are getting between him and McNally, and coaches are pulling Robertson back. Looks like cooler heads have prevailed. Here's Roberto Clemente, who's 0 for 2 today. He flied to Buford in left in the first, and he grounded into a force play in the fourth. Low and outside, ball one. Wide, ball two on a changeup. Strike one called on a fastball. It's a sharp grounder to first. Powell has it. He throws to Belanger at second. And Belanger will hold it. One out. Clemente on first. It's the second time he's made it to first on a force play. Here's Rich Hebner. He's 0 for 1 today. He popped to Hendricks in the first, and he walked in the fourth. First pitch, strike one called. Caught the inside corner, strike two. There goes Clemente. Pitch is called strike. That's a strikeout. And Clemente is safe on the stolen base. That's his first stolen base of the World Series. And let's see. This is Clemente's 12th game, 12th World Series game. That's his first stolen base. He is a lifetime .356 batter in the World Series. So 2 outs. Clemente on second. Here's Manny Sanguillen. He is 0 for 2. He struck out in the second. He lined out to Paul Blair in the fourth. Clemente on second, representing the go-ahead run. Sanguillen hits a pop-up, third base side, foul ground. Brooks Robinson's after it, but it makes the seats. Strike one. Too low, ball one. High and inside, ball two. It's a grounder to second. Johnson's up with it. Throw to first. 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. We played 6 here in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 2. Mark Belanger leads off the 7th for the Orioles. He's 1 for 2. He doubled in the third. He grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. Inside, ball one. In there at the knees, strike one. It's a shallow fly ball in the right field. Clemente running in. He has it. 1 out. Here comes Danny Murtaugh. That'll be all for Bob Johnson. Coming in to pitch is Bob Veal. Veal's making his second appearance in the series. He's pitched 2 innings, given up 1 hit, and he's walked 1. Johnson had a pretty good outing tonight. He pitched 6 1/3. He gave up 4 hits. They scored 2 runs off him. 1 of those was earned. Gave up 1 home run. That was to Paul Blair in the 4th. He walked 4, and he struck out 4. And 3 of those walks were in the 6th inning. So going into the 6th, he had only walked 1. Bob Veal, he still brings some heat. I looked it up, and he indeed, in my APC universe, holds the record for strikeouts in a game. He struck out 19 members of the Philadelphia Phillies during a game in 1965. Here's Dave McNally. He is 0 for 2 today. He struck out in the 3rd. He struck out in the 5th. Fastball outside, ball one. McNally hits a grounder up the middle. Alley to his left has it, throws him out. 2 outs. Here's the leadoff hitter, Don Buford. He's 0 for 2 today. He flied to Clemente in right in the first. He flied to Clemente in the third. Clemente was up against the wall making that catch, and Mark Belanger scored from third, so it was a sacrifice fly. And then he struck out in the fifth. Fastball, ball one. It's fly ball down the left field line, but that's foul. Buford hits a base hit into center field. He looks at second, but he will stop at first. So 2 outs. Buford's on first with representing the go-ahead run. Here is Frank Robinson, who's 0 for 2. He flied out to Al Oliver in the first. He walked in the third, and he flied out to Al Oliver again in the sixth. Curveball, fly ball down the right field line. That's foul. Another curveball at the knees, strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th here in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series. It is Baltimore 2, Pittsburgh 2. Baltimore has 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They've left 6 men on base. Pittsburgh has 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. They've left 5 men on base. Pittsburgh got on the board first in the first inning when Dave Cash led off the game with a single and then scored when Al Oliver doubled. That made it 1-0. And then in the top of the third, Belanger led off with a double. He took third on a pass ball. McNally tried to get him home with a suicide squeeze, but it went foul, and then McNally ended up striking out. But then Buford hit a fly ball that put Clemente up against the wall, and Belanger scored on the sacrifice fly. That tied it at 1 apiece. And then in the top of the 4th, with 1 out, Paul Blair hit a solo home run that put Baltimore ahead 2-1. And then in the bottom of the 5th, Bob Johnson hit a routine grounder to Dave Johnson. Dave Johnson threw it away. Bob Johnson was able to take second on the error. Johnson took third on Dave Cash's single. And then Al Oliver grounded into a double play, and Bob Johnson scored. That tied the game at 2, and that's where we are right now. For Baltimore, or for Pittsburgh rather, in the 7th, it will be Gene Alley, the pitcher's spot, and Dave Cash. McNally's back out. He's pitched a great game, so Gene Alley is 0 for 2 today. He flied out to Blair in center in the 2nd, and he grounded into a force play in the 4th. Fastball, ball 1. Another fastball, strike 1 called. Another fastball, strike 2 called. Alley hits ground ball in the left field, base hit. So the Pirates have the go-ahead run on first. Nobody out. And Jose Pagan will pinch hit. Jose Pagan is 1 for 2 in the World Series. He He's appeared as a pinch. This will be his third appearance as a pinch hitter. He's 1 for 2 with 1 run batted in. Zayd Begun, this is his 5th World Series. He appeared in 2 with the San Francisco Giants in 1960 and 1963, which they both lost. The San Francisco Giants have never won a World Series in my APC universe. And this is his 3rd World Series with Pittsburgh. He was with them in 1965 and 1968. He is a lifetime .250 hitter in the World Series. 6 for 24. He has 1 home run and 3 runs batted in. Looks like he appeared as a regular in the 1963 World Series. He appeared in 4 games and he was 4 for 15 with a home run. And I think that was the Detroit Tigers beat them in that World Series. I believe it was Detroit that beat them. First pitch to Begun, fastball, strike 1 called. High and away, ball 1. Strike 2. It's a shallow fly ball down the left field line. That is foul. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike 3. He swung at a bad pitch there. That's strikeout number 5 for Dave McNally. Here is Dave Cash. He's 2 for 3. He singled in the first, came around and scored the first run of the game. Then he flied out to Don Buford in left in the 3rd, and then he singled again in the 5th. He's having a good World Series, this kid. Low and outside, ball 1. Low and away. That ball got away from Hendricks. Ellie takes second. They're calling that a wild pitch. Oh, what a situation. Do you intentionally walk him or not? Breaking ball. Ball 3. Liner down the first base line. That's foul. It's fly ball into left field. Buford drifting over toward the line. He's got it. 2 outs. That brings up Al Oliver. He's 1 for 3. He doubled in the first. That scored Dave Cash. He flied out to Blair in center in the 3rd. And he grounded into a double play in the 5th, and that scored Bob Johnson with an unearned run. That tied the game. So the fans here, they're begging him to get his second run of the batted into the game right now. Hits a grounder to 3rd. Brooks Robinson to his left. The throw is high. Into the stands. Second error of the series for Brooks Robinson. Alley scores, and Oliver's on second. And the Baltimore defense just has been shaky the entire postseason. It's just one of those things, I guess. Here's Willie Stargell. He's 0 for 2. He walked in the first. He struck out in the 3rd. And flied out to Blair in center in the 5th. The Pirates take a 3-2 lead. They've scored 2 unearned runs in this game. That's a liner down the third base line. That's foul. High, ball 1. Man, if I was an Orioles fan watching this game, I would really be, I don't know what I'd be thinking. High and inside, ball 2. Hits a fly ball into right field. Robinson's going back. He's at the wall. That is gone. That is Stargell's second home run of the series. And Pittsburgh takes a 5-2 lead. Here comes Earl Weaver. That will be all for McNally. Coming in a pitch for Baltimore is Tom Dukes. He's making his second appearance in the series. He's pitched an inning and a third, giving up 1 hit. Dukes pitched an inning and a third in Game 2, a game that Baltimore won. There's Bob Robertson. He's 0 for 1. He fly to Buford and left in the first. He walked in the fourth, and he was hit by a pitch in the sixth. It's a shallow fly ball down the right field line, but that's foul. Fouls it back, strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, ball 1. Robertson hits fly ball down the left field line, but that is hooking foul. Fastball, strike 3 called. But Pittsburgh scores 3 unearned runs. 2 hits. 1 crucial error. And 1 left. We go to the 8th inning with Pittsburgh leading 5-3. Milt May taking over the catching duties for Sanguillen, and coming in to pitch is Dave Justy. He's making his second appearance of the series. He pitched 1 inning. He's got 1 save. He got the save in Pittsburgh's extra inning win in Game 1. In the regular season, he had 29 saves. He was the Pirates' top fireman. And in the LCS, let's see. He pitched 1 inning in the LCS. He had 2 strikeouts. But he didn't get a win, a loss, or a save. Leading off in the 8th for Baltimore is Dave Johnson, the second baseman. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. He grounded into a forced play in the third. walked in the sixth. He has one error today. That led to the unearned run in the fifth inning for Pittsburgh. Foul tip, strike one on a curveball. It's a bouncer to first. Robertson has it. He'll take it himself. 1 out. Here's Boog Powell. He's 0 for 3. He struck out in the first. He lined out to Robertson at first in the fourth, and he grounded into a force play in the sixth. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike one. It's a hard grounder to second. Cash is up with it. Throws to first, 2 outs. Paul Blair, he's 2 for 2 today. He singled in the second. He hit a solo home run in the fourth, and he walked in the sixth. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike one. Low, just low, ball one. It's a grounder to second. Cash is up with it. The throw to first, 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Pittsburgh leads 5-2. Pirates are 3 outs away from taking a commanding 3-1 lead in the World Series. In the bottom of the eighth, it will be Roberto Clemente, Rich Hebner, and Milt May. Clemente is 0 for 3. He flat out to Buford and left in the first. He grounded into a force play in the fourth, and he grounded into a force play in the sixth. Fastball, ball one. That's high and in, ball two. A little bit of chin music there for Roberto. Ball three. Strike one called. I don't think I really remember Roberto Clemente as a player, but he is one of the first celebrity deaths that I remember as a kid. I think him and John Banner, who played Sergeant Schultz in Hogan's Heroes, are like the first two celebrity deaths that I remember. It's a grounder to short. Belanger has it. The throw to first. Bang, bang play. Belanger made a bad throw, but Powell was able to get in front of it, keep a foot on the bag. So 1 out. Here's Rich Hebner. He's 0 for 2. He popped out to Hendricks in the first. He walked in the fourth, and he struck out in the sixth. He hits a grounder to first. Powell take it himself. 2 outs. Here's Milt May. I think this is his first at bat in the series. Yeah, he was a defensive replacement in game 1. Let's see what he did. He was 0 for 1 in the championship series. And he hit 164. He had 4 home runs and 16 runs batted in the regular season. He's a good-looking rookie, though. The Pirates are expecting good things from him in the future. Here's a curveball. Just caught the inside corner. Strike one. Curveball. Strike two. Low and inside. Ball one. May hits base hit into center field. He stops at first. Here's the shortstop, Gene Alley. He's 1 for 3. He flied out to Blair in center. In the second, he grounded into a force play in the fourth, and he singled in the seventh. Below the knees, ball 1. Low and outside, ball 2. Changeup, he checked his swing. They appeal, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on the fastball. High and inside, ball 3, full count, 2 outs. Pops it up, third base side, foul ground. Brooks Robinson's after it, but it'll make the seats. Looking ahead to the Orioles' ninth, it will be Elrod Hendricks, Brooks Robinson, and Mark Belanger. Ball 4. Alley walks. And that'll be all for Dukes. Dave Leonard coming in to pitch. This is his second appearance in the series. He pitched 1 2/3 innings. Gave up 3 hits. He struck out 1. He has a record of 0-1 with an ERA of 5.40. Here's the pitcher, Dave Justy. Making his first at bat in the series. That's high, ball 1. Justy hits a base hit into left field. Bay rounds third. He'll score. It's 6-2, Pittsburgh. Here's Dave Cash, who's 2 for 4 today. Hits a slow roller to first. Powell has it. He'll try to take it himself, but Cash beats him to the bag. Oh, and things just look like they're falling apart for Baltimore here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll load the bases. 2 outs. Here's Al Oliver, who's 1 for 4. He doubled in the first. That scored Cash. And then he grounded into a pair of double plays in the 5th and the 7th. And each one sent a runner to the plate. So he has 3 runs batted in today. Or no, he has 1 run batted in, but he wouldn't get credit for an RBI with when they scored on the double play. Nice grab by Hendricks, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Another swing and a miss, strike 2. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fastball, ball 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, he got out of a jam there. Pittsburgh got 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. They left the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 9th. In Game 4 of the 1971 World Series, Pittsburgh leads 6-2. Pinch hitting for Elrod Hendricks in the 9th will be Merv Rettenmund. Rettenmund is 0 for 3 in the World Series as a pinch hitter. Or he's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. Check the swing on a fastball. They appeal. Nope, ball 1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Inside, ball 2. Foul tip, strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Low and inside, ball 3. It's a deep fly ball in the right field. Clemente turns. He watches that one go. Home run for Merv Rettenman. That makes it 6-3 Baltimore. Here's Brooks Robinson. He's 0 for 3 today. Baltimore needs base runners. Breaking ball in there below the belt. Strike 1. They're down by 3. Robinson hits a fly ball into left field. Stargell's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Mark Belanger. He's 1 for 3 today. He doubled back in the 3rd. Fastball, ball 1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Inside on the black, strike 2. Fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. Ball 2. Grounder up the middle. Cash to his right has it. Throws him out. 2 outs. Pittsburgh is 1 out away from taking a 3-1 lead in the series. Pinch hitting for Dave Leonard will be Tom Chopay. This is his 2nd appearance in the World Series. He appeared in Game 1 as a I think he was a pinch runner and then a defensive replacement. No, he was a pinch runner. Last chance for Baltimore. Fastball, strike 1 called. High, ball 1. Ball 2 on a changeup. It's a shallow fly ball in the center field. Oliver coming in, he's got it, and that's the game. Pittsburgh wins it 6-3. Pittsburgh had 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Baltimore had 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. Bob Veal gets the win. Dave McNally the loss. The star of the game is Willie Stargell. It was a tight 2-2 game. And then in the 7th inning, more defensive lapses ended up really hurting Baltimore. Alley led off with a single. Then Pagan pinch hit. He struck out. Wild pitch moved Alley to second. Cash flied out. Baltimore was an out away from getting out of the inning. And then Brooks Robinson made a throwing error that let Alley score, and Oliver moved to second. That put Pittsburgh up 3-2, and then Willie Stargell followed that up with a 2-run homer. And then Pittsburgh scored an insurance run in the 8th with 2 outs. Milt May singled. Gene Alley walked. Dave Leonard came in to pitch. And then Dave Justy, the opposing pitcher, singled. That scored May, and Pittsburgh took a 6-2 lead. And then in the 9th inning, Merv Rettenman led off pinch hitting for Baltimore. He had a solo home run. That made it Pittsburgh 6, Baltimore 3. And that is where we ended it. Bob Veal got the win. Dave Justy got the save. Pittsburgh scored 6 runs this game, but only 2 of those were earned. And Baltimore scored 3 runs, and 2 of those were earned. Dave McNally and Tom Dukes both actually looked pretty good for Baltimore. Leonard had some issues in relief in the 8th. He gave up 2 hits, but he struck out 1. And all 3 of the Pittsburgh pitchers, Bob Johnson, Bob Veal, and Dave Justy, they all look pretty good today. Willie Stargell was a star of the game. He went 1 for 3 with a home run. He drove in 2. Dave Cash was 3 for 5. On the Orioles side, Paul Blair went 2 for 3 with a home run. And Merv Rettenman had 1 at bat pinch hitting for Elrod Hendricks, and he had a home run. The time of this game was 3 hours and 12 minutes, which means I believe it started at 8:30. So it would have been over at 11:42. So tomorrow will be game 5, which will be a day game again. I read that starting in 1972, they are going to have all the weeknight World Series games start at night. Unless, of course, they're played at Wrigley Field. But next year, the weekday games of the World Series should be played in the American League ballpark. So the earliest that it could happen with the Cubs and day games during the week would be 1973. All right, once again, our final score in Game 4 of the 1971 World Series, Pittsburgh 6, Baltimore 3. I just having a hard time understand like the defensive lapses that the Orioles have been committing. I get it might just be one of those things. After yesterday's game, which was a bit of a debacle, 12-3, and with the Pittsburgh winning leading 8-0 after the first, I was happy with it. This was an exciting game. The projected starters for Game 5 will be Pat Dobson for Baltimore and Doc Ellis for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh takes a commanding 3-1 lead in the World Series. They could end it in Game 5 at Three Rivers. Baltimore will have to win it to keep the series going and send the series back to Memorial Stadium. Well, I hope you enjoyed this game. I enjoyed watching this one. Thank you for watching and have a good day.